Similar, same shape, different size. Similar means proportional. Proportional means the exact same shape, but larger or smaller by a scale factor. Proportional triangles are the same shape, but of a different size related by a zoom factor or scale factor. Similar triangles are interesting because while corresponding sides will be proportional or of a different size related by a scale factor, the angles of similar triangles are equal. I've watched students struggle with this when presented with the situation of two triangles, one twice as big as the other, but having exactly the same corresponding angle measures. How can this be? If the side lengths of one triangle is double that of the other, shouldn't the angles be doubled too? Well, if the angles of a triangle were each doubled, then the sum of the angles of a triangle equaling 180 degrees rule would be violated, which is an impossibility. This is why the concept of similar triangles or similar shapes is such a fun exercise for students. It forces our brain to think about expanding or shrinking a shape by a fixed quantity and figure out what changes can be made and what changes cannot be made. It also pushes students to consider what equality is in math, parentheses, and in life, end parentheses, beyond the straightforward concept of 3 equals 3. In geometry, the idea of equality is expanded to congruence. If we say that two shapes are congruent, it is only a basic understanding to say that they are equal. We need to look further and define multiple aspects of equality. Congruent triangles have the same length corresponding sides and the same measure corresponding angles. Congruency defines multiple aspects of equality to establish that two shapes are the same. Similarity compares two shapes and says they are proportional. Similar or similar figures means that two shapes are proportional by a consistent scale factor or zoom factor. For two shapes to look exactly the same, but be of two different sizes, justifies consideration. I have a scale model of a helicopter on my desk I use to show students. The model is a 1/43 scale model of an Agusta A109 rescue helicopter in the U.S. Coast Guard color scheme. The idea of a scale model is that the overall shape is reduced proportionally, so that the smaller version looks exactly like the original, only smaller, parentheses, or larger, end parentheses. So too, scale drawings look exactly like the depicted shape or object in every aspect, but are either smaller or larger. Also in geometry, we have a dilation. Dilation starts with an original shape and either enlarges it or shrinks it by a zoom factor. In terms of what we might draw to scale, a map might be the most commonly understood drawing that is drawn to scale. Maps will always clearly label the scale the map is drawn to. The other important use is house or building or structure plans. Drawn to scale means drawn exactly like the real shape or object, and either reduced or enlarged by a scale factor. Similar shapes are exactly the same shape, only different sizes. Antonyms: congruent. Related words: equality, equal, proportional, scale factor, zoom factor, scale model, dilation.